Welcome back. Story 1. Am I the a-hole for kicking my sister out of my house after she defended her stepson? I saw a similar post a few hours ago and wanted to ask. My 22 female's sister, 28 female, married a man twice her age, 50 male. She was the other woman for 2 years and got pregnant with my nephew, 1 year male. Her husband's ex-wife obviously kicked him out and his oldest, 20 male, followed. I took them in 10 months ago after his wife won the house in their divorce. They asked to stay for 1 to 2 years until they're able to buy their own house. I said yes because I honestly didn't mind. I love my nephew with all my heart, and my home, the family home, my dad left it to me, is quite big. Things were okay. My sister's husband always paid rent on time. His son was actually helpful around the house, and as I said, I love my nephew. So I was happy to have him and my sister around. For some context, I'm a sex worker, OnlyFans and in real life. My sister knows about it, never commented on it, but until recently, I didn't think her family did until this happened. My sister's stepson, whom I will call Aaron, always had a mess in his room, and it was okay, it's his space. But I didn't like it when I noticed he started to leave food and drinks around. I don't want rats or cockroaches in my house, so I asked him a bunch of times, gently, to please clean his room because it was unsanitary and would live with the baby. He was always like, yeah. His dad and my sister asked him to until he and I, fought about it. And I said that if his room wasn't clean before Sunday, I was gonna do it myself and throw away everything I find in the floor. He didn't believe me, and neither did he clean. So I did it. I hired someone and asked her to throw everything away but to separate clothes in a bag and food in other. When he came back and saw his room, he got so angry. He said I had no right, that those were his things, that I threw away like 60% of his clothes and blah blah. Then he threatened to tell everyone that I was a hoe. I was taken aback and asked what he meant, and he said that he found out what I did and that he was gonna get a video. Don't know how, and send it to my family because I was a bish. And that's how you treat a bish, how to behave. He said that his room was cleaner than me when it was all effed up and dirty. Needless to say, I kicked him out, and when my sister defended him and implied that I brought this on myself, I kicked all of them too. They had to crash a few couches until her husband got an apartment and telling everyone that I was an asshole. ETA, I'm not asking for legal advice or if I was legally in the wrong. You're not the a-hole, OP. Your brother-in-law's stepson was in the wrong here, and your sister was an asshole for supporting him and saying you brought his insults and disrespect all on yourself. You did the right thing by kicking them out. There was no reason why you should have kept them in your house after what Aaron did. He was being a slob, and instead of cleaning up like you asked, he didn't. Then he got mad and disrespectful when you did everyone a favor and cleaned up after him. You should have received a thank you. Your sister was wrong, and you definitely didn't deserve any of the comments he made. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. That little asshole deserved it. You're not dirty. He is the filth magnet. You have a job, and him acting like it's not is sad. He probably will be stuck living with your sister the rest of his life with his ideas as to how to make a woman behave. You're better off, and I'm sorry your sister is an a-hole. You deserved more respect. Not the a-hole. And how much money does he make at his job that allows him to be so sanctimonious? There's no defending someone who digs his own hole and then just digs it deeper and deeper. I suspect there's a fundamental lack of respect there from your sister that hasn't previously made itself known. I can get a mother being protective, but a stepson, who is practically her age, there is more going on there. Tell everyone, he said, that's how you teach a bish to behave. Everyone. That's terrifying. that man is dangerous and he will attack and assault women if he hasn't already. This must be addressed and dealt with, and if they defend him, then at the very least it's out there to warn women. You would be utterly unsafe with him around, and I would remind them of this every time they try to blast you. The only thing is, be sure to stay safe. My goodness, never let them around again. And I really hope your nephew doesn't grow up to be that hateful of women as well. Not the a-hole. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for not letting my nephew use my PS5? I, 21 female, recently went to a family reunion with my husband, 21 male, and our twin boys, 2 male plus 2 male. This is my family, not my husband's side. My sister, 32 female, had 4 sons. 14 male, 13 male, 10 male, and 10 male. The 4 boys have very different personalities. Her 14-year-old is into dance, gymnastics, etc. He is sporty but feminine. He's still straight though, and is dating a girl. Her 13-year-old is into baseball, football, etc. Her twins are Logan and Liam. Liam is very musical and artsy, loves painting and choir. Logan is very nerdy, into Star Wars, Pokemon, etc. 3 of the 4 boys are usually lovely to be around. All can be a handful sometimes, but they're still good kids. Logan is not this way. Logan is the class bully in his school. He is mean to others and isn't fun to be around. Logan has been expelled from a school at one point due to his behavior. The reason I mentioned the kid's interests is Logan will routinely make fun of his brother's interests. My sister and her husband will only punish Logan if they have proof and seem to think his teachers have a vendetta against him. Just shortly after we got there, Logan was already saying mean things as I was walking by him. I heard him talking to some of his cousins about his 13-year-old brother and how going to his baseball games were annoying, and was making fun of him. I told him to watch his language, but that didn't help, as shortly after he was mocking the oldest for having gay interests, calling him a girl and even using the F slur. When the oldest told his mom, she said she would deal with it later. Things quickly got worse. My 13-year-old nephew was trying to talk about some football player he likes to one of his cousins. Apparently, him and Logan were competing for this kid's attention. And when Logan saw what his brother was doing, he got mad and called the football player the N-word. My other nephew was showing him a picture. A few of the adults heard this and my sister was forced to take Logan to the car to talk to him. Everyone at the family reunion is white. While they were in the car, I was talking to Logan's brothers and they all seemed to agree he learned this either online or in gaming, and have told me he's used the slur multiple times, and when they tell their parents, they never believed them, saying they would never raise a racist. I wanted to talk to my sister privately about it and she ignored me, so I just told her that Logan is no longer allowed to use my PS5 when he visits my house. She got mad at me and said I was being too tough on him and claimed he didn't know what it meant. Logan has all A's and a high IQ. Eventually, after talking to our parents about it, they agreed with me and won't pay for Logan's phone plan anymore. My sister and her husband can afford to pay for Logan's plan. Our parents are just generous. They were mad because the phone keeps him quiet. A few of our siblings agree with my sister. Am I the a-hole? You're not the a-hole. Logan deserves to be punished for being a brat, and your sister should have stepped in to do the punishing if she didn't want you to. Logan, of course, thinks it's okay to bully his siblings and cousins and call someone a slur because his parents made it okay. Maybe if he had been punished more, he would have turned out to be different. Your parents are not a-holes for refusing to pay for his plan anymore, and you're not an a-hole for not allowing him to play your PlayStation. Bad kids shouldn't be rewarded. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole, it's your house and things, so your sister can't get mad at you. Also, your sister needs to be more on top of this because she is raising a racist if she keeps brushing this off. Not to mention bullying his siblings isn't right either. He's still a kid, so he's easily influenced by online media, so maybe taking more of a break on that might help. Logan's parents seem like they're in denial about his behavior. Maybe they're putting on blinders because they have their hands full and feel like they can't deal with him. But they need to deal with him because the slurs are totally unacceptable. You're right to call their attention to this behavior, and you're right to impose consequences that are in your purview, like keeping him from the PS5 in your house. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. Your sister sounds awful. She is raising an insufferable kid, and no one needs to beat around the bush about it. Maybe if she actually learned how to parent, this wouldn't be a problem. The fact that she is mad her parents won't pay for her 10-year-old's phone plan because it keeps him quiet pretty much sums up her entire parenting strategy, which is doing whatever makes her life easier, so she doesn't have to deal with actually raising them. Anyone who has an issue can piss off. You have zero obligation to let a brat play with your stuff, and your parents have zero obligation to fund him. Story 3. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom that my younger brother was in an inappropriate relationship? My younger brother Jake bragged to me on FaceTime yesterday about how he hooked up with a MILF last weekend on Tinder. Naturally, I thought she was probably someone 24, 25. For reference, my brother is a senior in high school and just turned 18. But then he tells me how this woman is 32 and has a daughter that goes to the elementary school our other, younger brother goes to. Naturally, I'm concerned for him. This woman is almost double his age and preying on a high schooler. For reference, I'm 25 and thinking of sleeping with someone under 19 actually makes me viscerally ill. I told him that he needs to stop seeing her, and he was like, absolutely not. I tried lecturing him about grooming and how he needs to find someone closer to his maturity and experience level, and he just laughed and said whatever. I texted him yesterday telling him that he seriously needs to stop, and he ignored me. I decided to tell our mom this morning about what he did. I didn't want to be a snitch, but I felt it was for his own good. I asked if she can say she saw a Tinder message on his phone or something, but to not tell him I told him. My brother called me 20 minutes later, livid. My mom chewed him out and told him she was going to track his phone for the rest of his summer, in addition to going through his phone every day because she couldn't trust him to behave. Our mom is very old-fashioned, so she's deathly afraid of online apps in addition to the fact that she was so old. He told me I'm a little bish and to no longer speak with him. I tried calling him, but I think he blocked me because I go straight to voicemail every time I call him. I don't think he gets that I did this to protect him. He's too young to see that this woman is a predator. Am I the a-hole? Edit. To my understanding, it's a purely sexual relationship. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. This is super creepy and not okay. I remember being 18 and feeling like I knew everything. But holy hell, dating someone almost twice my age at that point would have been a definite no. This woman is 100% grooming him, and he will thank you when he's older and realizes it. You're the a-hole. Probably won't get seen, but whatever. For all the people saying that she's automatically a creep because of the age gap, as someone who has only ever been attracted to women 20 years or more my senior, what do you want me to do? Just never date anyone? My current girlfriend is 25 years older than me and we've been dating since I was 19. Sick of all this judgmental shit from people who just judge based on age. If both parties are consenting adults, then just let them be. Either that or start advocating to raise the age of consent. Your call. Not the a-hole. Sigh, if the genders were reversed, all these people would be attacking their older partner. At 18, your brother is still a high school student. His brain won't be fully developed for years. A 32-year-old mother reaching out to this boy is 100% predatory. A couple of months ago, this relationship wouldn't have been okay. Him being 18 only makes it legal, not morally permissible. Jeez. You were right to tell your mother. He shouldn't have access to that MILF. He may be mad at you now, but when he gets older, he will realize how weird it effing is to try and sleep with someone that young. He will thank you later.